Hey guys, welcome to Yo-Yo Talk. This is our 6th episode of Yo-Yo Talk, and I want to remind everybody to sign up for our Facebook group so we can kind of keep in touch and all that. That's real important to do. And if you do that, the yo-yo gods will smile upon you. And if you don't, you will feel their wrath. So anyway, sign up to Doc Lucky's Yo-Yo Talk group. So anyway, behind me, for the first time, we've got an increase in production value. We've got a yo-yo background. You're used to seeing the zombie cause stuff, but these are yo-yos that I have for trade, and I'll post something on Facebook or someplace so you can see them up close. I've got tons of yo-yos for trade, but thought we could get a little bit of trading action going since this is Yo-Yo Talk. So anyway, that's what's going on. I'll switch them out, but I realize they're kind of hard to see during the show. So this week we're going to talk about character yo-yos. I'm going to talk about mostly subcategories of character yo-yos because there's so many different character yo-yos out there. It'd take years to talk about them all. So I'm going to talk about some of the subcategories, but we're not going to talk a lot about it because we've got a special guest, and I only need to say one word. It's a one-word name. It's Bride. It's just like saying Shaq or Madonna. It's a one-word name. In yo-yo world, Bride is the man. He's an innovator, he's a legend, and he's going to be talking with us later in the show. Now, also in the show, which a lot of people are watching for, is our pop quiz prize package. And I will tell you, I am almost certain that Nick is out there, AKA Klaus Grande. He is a three-peater. That means he has won 3 times, a three-peater. Kind of sounds a little pornographic there. But anyway, he is out there, he's watching, he is ready to win for his 4th time. And for those of you who have been saying, hey, listen, we think you need to limit him, I say, you guys are a bunch of Nancy boys. Don't do that. You wouldn't come up to Michael Phelps during the Olympics and say, hey, listen, Michael, you've already won 3 gold medals. I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to go for the 4th. No, we're not going to allow that to happen here on Doc Lucky's Yo-Yo Talk. So Nick is in the running. If you want to beat him, beat him. But right now, he's the apex predator of Doc Lucky's Yo-Yo Talk. You must bring him down if you're going to be the alpha male or female on this show. So take Nick down, and let's get right into our prize package and see what's going on tonight. Okay, so I've put together a really great prize package for today's pop quiz contest. Of course, the winner of the pop quiz will get this entire prize package. One winner. Now, this episode's discussion will be on character yo-yos, and those are some of my favorite yo-yos to collect. This is cartoon characters, regular characters, and don't let anybody tell you that they can't carry value, because the most expensive character yo-yo is a Soupy Sales yo-yo that sold at auction for $936. That was on card. So tonight, of course, I'm giving away a signed Doc Lucky's Collector's Guide to 20th Century Yo-Yos, my novel, The Yonomion, which won the 2012 International Book Awards for Science Fiction. Now we get into the character yo-yos. We've got Gumby here. This is a Spectra Star yo-yo. If any one company was known for character yo-yos, it would be Spectra Star. They're known for their sculpted character yo-yos, which play like crap, I might add. So they're really useless as far as being a yo-yo. But like a Pez dispenser, because of the characters, they have collectability. And there's over 75 different models out there. Spectra Star started in around 82, 83, and it went on for several years. Now here's a little grouping of yo-yos that are 15 to 20 years old. The Spitfire, the Iron Giant was from the movie in 1999, Pro Yo, and a Duncan light up. They quit making those light up yo-yos, I believe, in 96. Got a sculpted Mountain Dew yo-yo. That's also about 20 years old. This is a Spectra Star Spider-Man. Spectra Star we've already talked about. These Spectra Star yo-yos usually sell in the $10 to $20 range, some of the rare models more. A couple of butterfly yo-yos here, one from 65, the other one's the Flambeau Butterfly, which was from the early 70s. Here are some more Spectra Star character yo-yos. Freddy Krueger, a couple from Star Wars, Lord Darth Vader, one of the Imperial Stormtroopers. Nice pack of Duncan yo-yo strings. The vertical packs seem to be a little more rare than the horizontal packs. Duncan Tournament spinning top from the 60s. Now this next yo-yo is unique in the fact that it's a Disney character that a lot of people have never heard of. It was made by Festival in the 70s. It was the mascot for the Florida Citrus Commission. Weirdly enough, they love the orange bird in Japan. I think this is some kind of orange canary. There are 4 different seals, 2 styles, the tournament and butterfly. And one of these is sold for a couple $100s on eBay a long time ago. Usually they sell in the $40 price range. I hope the guy that bought this was from Japan. So I've already seen a peek of this one. This is a Duncan butterfly on card. It's got an unusual cover. That light blue is not a common color, so nice one to have in your collection. Alox flying disc off there to the left. Fairly common yo-yo you'll see on eBay. They usually go for $5-6 each. Super Yo Nitro, this is mint in package, about 20 years old I would guess. It's really popular right around the time of the big yo-yo craze in the late 90s, early 2000s. And here we've got another character yo-yo. This is the Hulk. This was released as part of the Duncan Superhero series. It started in 1978 with Batman and Superman, and then they released Wonder Woman, Hulk, Spider-Man in 1979. This is the flasher version, or sometimes called the Magic Motion. And just so you know which character carries the biggest weight, well, the highest price paid for one of the superhero series from Duncan is $285 for a Superman. So Hulk, I think that defines who the best superhero is. The highest price ever paid for a Hulk, I think, is $49, which really gets Bruce Banner angry. That's why you only see the Hulk on the yo-yo. So now it's time to add up what our prize package for the pop quiz is worth. $280. Now that's a lot of coin. Good luck with the pop quiz. All right, well, that's a pretty good prize package for this evening. A little shout out to Corey Boone. I see you were able to connect this week, so congratulations on that. Very nice prize package. What do you think, Nick? Worth winning? I think he'll probably be winning it again, would be my guess. So anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about, before we go to Bride, on character yo-yos. And a lot of times people think character yo-yos are just cartoon character yo-yos, but there's a lot of different subcategories of these. And these are some that you're seeing right now that are mostly cartoon character yo-yos, and I think those are my favorite ones that I collect anyway. And some of them sell for pretty good prices, because you got to remember, with character yo-yos, you are competing with other collectors. They're cross-collectibles. If you are, say, for instance, collecting political items, here is a Lyndon B. Johnson yo-yo, and this is my earliest presidential yo-yo. I'd love to find something with Kennedy or perhaps Eisenhower, and if anybody knows one of those out there, let me know. I'd love to find out about it. But so presidential yo-yos or political yo-yos, that's a subcategory of character yo-yos. But what we normally think of, here's Mojo Jojo Yo-Yo. So he's from the Powerpuff Girls, and these are typically the cartoon characters that you think of when you're thinking of collecting character yo-yos, but that's a subcategory. And then it can be human beings too, can be on characters. This is Jimmy Dodd. He was the lead Mouseketeer. This is yo-yos from 1958. This is one of the alpha yo-yos of the Disney collectibles. Really hard to find, really hard to find. You can have yo-yos that are comic book characters. This is the Madman. This one also had a wood version, which is very hard to find. And anybody has a wood version they'd like to train, I'd like to know. Madman used yo-yos to vanquish his enemies. Of course, here's a Pokemon yo-yo. This is the Ultra Ball. There's not only are there a zillion Pokemon yo-yos out there, but there's a whole set of these Pokemon ball yo-yos to collect. I think they came out of Japan. This is nice flasher yo-yo. This is a Harry Potter yo-yo. It's I think they called it the shrieking yo-yo, screaming yo-yo, or whatever. They wrote about it in the book. They sell it at Universal Studios. This one holds its value pretty good. Even after being used, you see them on eBay, they still bring pretty close to what they cost at Universal Studios. Gaming yo-yos, here's Mario. This is from Spectra Star, 89. If you like Spectra Star, which I do, they have all kinds of character-based yo-yos. You can collect just Spectra Star, or you can collect individual cartoon characters, whatever you want. But I like to, because I'm a indiscriminate collector, I like to kind of subcategorize my things into different collecting categories, like political or cartoon characters. We've got, movie characters. This is a cartoon character of a movie person. This is the Hulk Hogan. No, they're not showing that. There you go. There's Hulk Hogan. That one's, that's got a signed card there, so that's a little unique. And then, of course, you got science fiction. This is Star Wars. Star Wars alone is its own collectible group. And then science fiction can be just another collectible group. So there's kind of an overview on collectible character yo-yos. And I tell people, look, pick a category you really like and start collecting them and start seeing what's out there. It makes it a lot more fun if you just kind of zoom in on one category at a time. So now we are at the point where we're going to go to our guest of the week. Again, I've mentioned it is superstar, legendary yo-yo player, Mark McBride. Can we bring Mark on up here? Right now we are showing, okay, there you go. Let's bring Mark up. Okay, well, there's a video of Mark doing what he is famous for. He is the father of AAA. And there we see him doing a few AAA tricks. Let's get Mark in that screen if we could there. Can we pull him up? Or not? Okay, there we go. All right, now I'm seeing you, Mark. So anyway, Mark, you are the father of AAA, and that is Yeah. Well, it was my dad was calling through. I guess he was calling to tell me he was watching the show and loving it. Oh, okay. What do we do, Sean? My dad called through. Do we? Okay. So just keep talking, Mark. He can't hear me, though, Sean. Sean, he can't hear me. Mark is, not only is he the father of AAA play, and not only is he the author of probably one of the most famous trick books out there, the Yonomion, but he also is a videographer, and he was one of the innovators of are we back on, Mark? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Welcome back. Technology is a bitch. Technology is a bitch. All right.
Let me take a moment. Like, I actually right now these days I pay my bills as a tech director. That's been my non-yo-yo job.
What's that?
And I always tell people, I just say, man, knowing somebody who knows technology, I know that it's unreliable and terrible.
Well, we are finding that out right now. Can we get?
Oh, man.
Can we actually get Mark's ugly mug actually up here on the screen too? No. Okay, they're working on it in the background. Oh, there it is. Now we're back where we're supposed to. Okay, don't worry about that, Sean. We love you anyway, Sean. Sean's back here. He's manning the cameras and the sound and a half a dozen different things. So you're doing okay, Sean. So anyway, UV. Tell us about. I actually shudder when I say UVT. Because back in the day, I know, back in the day, the word was, if you said UVT or told anybody about UVT, somebody would come out and kill you in the middle of the night. So, I mean, I've suppressed this for like 20 years. So tell us a little bit about the early UVT.
The first rule of UVT is you don't talk about UVT, you know? No, it started, the underground video Throwdown again, this is where you start to realize like how much time has passed. Like it was pretty much pre-YouTube, the first ones. And so what happened was we were sitting around at a contest, must have been like 2001. And I remember being with like a bunch of guys, and we're all like in standard contest mode and realizing that we all like to make videos. Like we're all like, I actually went to film school, like, and there's all these guys that everyone was doing the same thing. So I said, let's throw a yo-yo video contest. And we did it at Nationals the first year. And the deal is that you weren't allowed to tell anybody about it because it was not censored. Like we were worried that like if we made it official, told people about it, then all the kids would show up and then people would be offended. We're like, nah, man, it is whatever you want to go goes. So we're not telling anyone about it. So it could be, as much as crazy or as terrible as you wanted it to be.
So we just showed a clip from one of the UTV videos, kind of broken up a little bit. That was the ground floor project. Now, I want to know, how did you film that part where you landed from jumping off the roof? What was how was that effect done? Just curious.
It's all just crafty special effects under the sense of like, I did that by layering in the edge. Like there was a point where we jump off. So I jumped off probably about like 4 feet off the ground, and then just did some really good editing, like some extra
So you really didn't jump off the roof?
Well, I mean, very short roof.
Okay.
Miniatures. It's all miniatures. Well, no, it's all crafty editing and some good After Effects.
Yeah, I thought that has to be one of the greatest UVT videos, or maybe just yo-yo videos out there. And I don't have the link, but there is a way to. How can people find that video on the internet? What's the site to go to?
I put my UVT videos up on my YouTube page, which I don't even know the link for.
Okay. Well, we'll post it later.
You can tune into your show. We'll get it for them on your show.
Well, speaking of videos now I want to take people back because Mark called me up one day and says, hey, look, can I get about 20 gallons of blood? You have anywhere to get that? And I said, well, yeah, but it's going to be really expensive. And he says, no, never mind. And then I saw later what you wanted the 20 gallons of blood for. It was this a video you did called Furious. Can we put a clip of that up? And Mark, tell us a little bit about that one.
Oh man, so Furious was, I can't remember which one that was, but that was basically my attempt to do a yo-yo video that was just like a brutal fight scene. That was the whole goal, was just do a brutal, ridiculous fight scene. And it was Glass Eye and Felix Avalana, who are, yo-yo legends in their own right. And actually, interestingly enough, we shot it at a friend's art gallery. Like, she let me borrow her art gallery, and we put up a whole bunch of like just visqueen, like, which is just black plastic. We just layered it with black plastic because I said, look, here's the deal. Blood. It's all about blood, guys. So I think I ended up with 2, maybe 5 gallons of fake blood, which is, when you're cheap and poor like I was, and in many ways still am, that's corn syrup. That's corn syrup with food dye, And so we had just and I said, guys, here's the deal. What we're going to do is, it's just going to be blood. That's the joke. So wear clothes that you're not going to want to wear again, because you won't want to wear them again. So we shot the video, and every chance we got more blood, just pour, and it was fine. And the end of the night, and again, we've been shooting for hours, so like that corn syrup was just like painfully sticky. So they're like, there's no resurrection, as we saw. Like, there's just took clothes off and just kind of threw them on the black plastic, and we rolled it up, and we're like, okay, bam, clean. That was great. So we just rolled it up, like, what are we going to do? Well, I guess we'll throw in the dumpster out back, but because it also shared it with the dumpster with a restaurant, they locked it to keep bums away, because, it's Hollywood. And we're like, all right, well, I guess we'll just leave it here and then let's go. And then we're like, as we're packing up and walking out, we realized, like, dude, did we just leave like a bunch of bloody clothes rolled up in black plastic behind a dumpster in Hollywood? We should get out of here faster.
Yeah,
I didn't use that art gallery again, so I hope it was not a problem.
So can we, Sean, is it possible to show that little clip there of the Yonomicron progression? See if we can have Mark walk us through that. So this is kind of historic, and if you guys want to know what it's like to develop a book. So anyway, here, I don't know, can you see this on your screen at all, Mark? This is the...
I cannot, but
okay.
You told me that you
just talk us through, but you know the sequence.
So yeah, like I think that you actually made off with one of my notebooks. Like that's a little known. That's like a rare thing is that somebody actually made off with some of my one of my notebooks, which was the one that I think I was working on with, because I started writing the book and then had to actually do all the math to kind of extrapolate it. And I think you made off with one of those notebooks, and it was all done, you know, like just it was a drawing computer type stuff. But this was before, you know, this was kind of before the internet is what it is today. So we still printed stuff out on paper. Now, the trick was, and this is what I knew from working, like, you know, working in a writer's room on a TV show at the time. The trick was that you printed stuff on red paper because you can't photocopy red paper. So the red version of something is you can't copy this page version. And then, then there's like just the versions that kept coming back from the publisher at different stages. And I think that you made off with like all the early good ones.
Yeah, I think we just saw all of those. And so anyway, so that's but there may be more than what we just saw now, right?
So, you know what I realized? I wasn't really, I wasn't talking about this because I didn't know what was going on, but there's actually a 20th anniversary version of the Yonomicon coming out, but the publisher says, hey, we found your old yo-yo book. We want to republish it, but update it because, you know, it's been a while. And I was like, sure, let's do it. And so I wrote, there's 5 new chapters. There's like 20 years of history, 2A, 3A, 4A, and 5A, and some other like, you know, extra dimensions that we could have gone with the stuff. And it's been sitting at the publisher for a while, and I just thought, I didn't know what was going on with it. And then literally like a week or so ago, somebody on Facebook had like, you know, tagged me about they bought my book and then my coming book. And I went, my what? And turns out the publisher had renamed it The Ultimate Guide to Yo-Yo Tricks because it puts yo-yo in the title so that for an internet search. Again, back when we made the Yonomicon was made for like, it was like a cult book. And that's the joke about so much of the art and the motif is that it's like just our little gang, you know. And so now that we are in a world of like internet searches and this is a big publisher that's worried about that stuff, they're like, we gotta put yo-yo in the title. Can we call it The Ultimate Guide to Yo-Yo Tricks? I was like, sure. But it still says Yonomicon on the inside.
Okay. Well, hey.
And it turns out they're doing pre-orders for like 2021 or something like that. I was like, I guess the cat's out of the bag, man. I didn't.
Yeah.
It's coming out.
Congratulations. I think that's great. A 20th anniversary book. That's fantastic. You are truly a legend in the yo-yo community, and man, thank you so much for coming on. I'm sorry about all the technical glitches that happened here early in the show. That's just life as it happens. Yeah. So
that is life. You can have me on to some other time, and you can make it up to me.
Yeah, that's right. We'll get you on again, and maybe when the closer to the release or something like that, or just to get on and have some fun talking about some of the old stuff that went on back 15, 20 years ago. So thanks a lot. That's Bride. Oh, wait. I got to say one thing. One shout out. Not only is he a fantastic yo-yo player, but he is on Lucky's Lake Swim Hall of Fame. He has one of the earliest patches there. He has swam the lake. He is not only a yo-yo superstar, but an open water swimming superstar as well. So, Bride, thank you for being on. All right. So it is now time for my favorite part of the show, Hot Auctions.
Doc Lucky's Flaming Hot Auction Picks of the Week.
So anyway, we'll jump right into hot auction number 3.
Number 3, hot pick of the week.
Now these yo-yos are up for sale right now on eBay. This is the Sportsline series from Duncan. These were made in 1964, and these are not in the package. And it's got 4 of the yo-yos of the 5 that they made. They made the 8-ball, the baseball, the golf ball, the bowling ball, and there's a couple of versions of the bowling ball, and then the basketball, which is the hardest one to find. These usually run about $30 to $40 each. When they're on the card, loose, $15 to $20. This particular auction, let's see, I've forgotten what the price is, but it was pretty good price, I thought, $14. So I don't think you can beat the price. So that's why I felt like this was my number 3 hot auction, just because these are quality yo-yos. The Sportsline started in 1964 with the bowling ball yo-yo, and then they decided to go on and release the rest of the series of the other sports ball in 1965. But right after that, Duncan went bankrupt. So they made a commercial for them, but they really didn't get a chance to promote them. So you can still find these in package, and that's preferable. They got great graphics on the package. But this is pick number 3 for the week. So let's go to pick number 2.
Number 2, hot pick of the week.
All right, this is a very interesting yo-yo. At first glance, you say, oh, well, this is just a tournament yo-yo with a 77 seal that's got a little bit of decal missing. But if you look at the yo-yo, you'll notice one thing. That yo-yo does not have a stripe on it. And the reason it doesn't have a stripe on it is this is a day glow, or day glow 77 as the collectors will call it. These are actually really rare to find with any kind of seal on, because the paint they used did not hold the seal well. So this is in really, really good shape for a day glow. $34 I think is a reasonable price for this. They made 5 different colors. They were all fluorescent colors. It was what they call them, neon red, signal green. This is the signal green, arc yellow, fire orange, and Saturn yellow. So rare yo-yo, hard to find. You're not going to find a seal on this yo-yo in much better condition. So something to look at. So that is why it is my pick number 2 for the week. So let's go on to our number 1 pick of the week.
Number 1, hot pick of the week.
Okay, our number 1 pick for the week, you'll see these little animal stamp seals on these yo-yos. These are all Goody yo-yos. These are the beginner's yo-yos that have the peg strings. And Goody made a series of these, and there were 6 of these that they made where they had little animal stamps on the back of the yo-yo. And right now the bid is at $79, which, since these usually sell in the $30 to $40 range, here's the complete series with the lion, the Scotty dog, the horse, the monkey, and then I forget what the next one is. It's coming up. This should be the complete series. Oh yeah, elephant. Now, I've heard a rumor that there was a snake out there. I have never seen it, so as far as I know, this is just a complete rumor. So anyway, and that's the butterfly there. So that's the complete series. So that's 4 of the 6 in the series at what I think is a pretty darn good price. So because of the, and these are all from the 50s, and if you happen to be one of these sub-collectors that like to collect complete series, this is a great series to be working on to try and get all 6 of these. So that's why it's my number 1 pick of the week. So now we're going to go to the Scorching Score of the Week. Just a reminder, the Scorching Score is an auction that has already happened. It's just something that interests me that I think I need to point out to you guys. So let's go to the Scorching Score of the Week.
Mr. Bandalore's Scorching Score of the Week.
This is a Duncan Chevron Imperial. These were made in 1954, and they made them through 1962. The reason I like this as my scorching score of the week is that this is an opaque yo-yo. Most of these 10-night Imperial yo-yos were translucent, and they didn't make very many of these opaque yo-yos. So when you're talking about these Imperial Chevrons, they sell for a pretty good price anyway. They got this for $14, and there was a little bit hefty on the shifting, but I still think that's a really good deal because this is a very unique version of the Imperial where it's opaque. The other versions, you can see there, that's the glitter version, and you can see that's not in very good condition, and that's in my collection, and that's the best one I could find, so that's very rare. The middle one is a fluorescent Chevron Imperial. That's a very rare series compared to the regular ones. And the final one here is the golden Imperial. And you'll notice the golden one does not say tinite on it, where the other ones typically say tinite on it. And there's one other one that's very rare. It's the marbleized plastic. So the interesting thing about collecting Imperial Chevron seal Duncans, which were from 1954 to 1962, is it's the variations, and those go for a lot more. So I think for this particular variation, the person got a really good deal at the $14. And now for our, the nasty, nasty dog of the day.
Nasty, nasty dog of the day.
Okay, you might see, well, these are pretty good yo-yos. I wouldn't mind having them in my collection, and I agree, I wouldn't mind having them all in my collection too. This is a series of Kiss yo-yos. This was from their 1998-1999 tour. They had a Superstar commemorative collector series that was printed up. I think they also made coins like this too. And the coins may have actually been made out of silver, but I do not believe these are silver. I think these are just aluminum or something like that. They generally sell in the $30 to $35 range individually in the package. Well, these guys wanted $900 for the set. And that's the four guys that were in Kiss, Peter Criss, Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, and Ace Frehley. So the reason this is my dog of the week is because I kind of like them. They're all numbered yo-yos. The numbering is on the back of the card. I don't think it's actually on the yo-yo itself. I'd like to have in my collection, but they've way overpriced these things. I've seen them go, like I said, in the $30, $35 range. So anyway, that's my nasty dog of the week, and we are almost ready now for our pop quiz, but I'm going to mention we're going to do something special next week. We are going to do a special mystery prize. The person that refers the most people to like Yo-Yo Talk page will win a mystery prize. And what we're going to do is we're going to track this. So you just tell your friends, and I realize a lot of you out there don't have any, so you don't have to worry about it for those people. But for the rest of you, tell all your friends to go to Doc Lucky's Yo-Yo page, sign up, and then send us a message with the name of the person that referred you. And the person that gets the most messages with their name that they were the person that referred them wins the mystery prize, and we'll make it a really nice prize for folk. So let's get involved in that, and hopefully you'll win the mystery prize. But today we've got our own prize for the pop quiz. I guess I should call it Nick's prize, but we'll jump right in. I'll just remind you, you must answer in the comment section. You must put both answers. It's two questions, both answers in the same comment to win. First person that answers quickly and gets it, Nick, will win the prize. So let's get it up and rolling.
Doc Lucky's Pop Quiz. One shot, one champion. First to answer both questions in the Facebook comments wins. Get ready.
We have a winner. Caleb Gulliver. Nick's streak has ended. It is over. I feel like it feels like the COVID-19 epidemic just ended. So, give me the name again. I said it. What was the name?
It is Caleb.
Caleb? Caleb Gulliver. Caleb Gulliver. Okay, so we're going to get your information, Caleb. Congratulations. We'll get this prize package out from you once we get your snail mail address. I want to apologize to everybody for all the technical glitches we had in the middle of the show. We're still working those out, but still a fun show. Thank you very much to the amazing Bride who was on here. We're definitely going to get him back on the show in the future. Make sure you sign up for Yo-Yo Talk, the group, and make sure you enter our contest by getting other people to sign up and like Doc Lucky's Yo-Yo Talk page. So we'll see you next week. Next week we are going to talk about figurines that are using yo-yos. That's yo-yo figurines. So interesting show, and we'll have another great prize package for you next week. It's Doc Lucky signing off.